All right, today I have a special guest. I am here with Devin Nygaard, all about roofing, the founder, all about roofing. And Devin, I ran into you out in the field. I met you through the solar, my solar experience, and I saw this guy that's out there that's young, that loves to hustle, that has the hustle. I see myself in you back years ago when I was your age. How old are you, Devin?
30.
30?
Yeah, 30.
30? You're a young kid. My God. If I would have knew, what I know now when I was 30, oh, watch out. I was a late bloomer. But watching you hustle, and I see that even though you've had success all about roofing and all the roofs that you've sold, you're still out in the field like me. What I mean by that is we're in the trenches, right? We're out there. We're at the customer's table. We're in the customer's house. We're making the sale, right? So what is your why? Why do you hustle so much? I mean, what's your background like growing up when you got married? I see that you have a beautiful wife. You guys have kids. Tell me about your why. Why do you hustle so much?
I just like I guess it's different every day, right? It's, every day is different. Every customer is different each day. I mean, it's to be able to go in a house and try to close that deal. I love it. I love the adrenaline rush. I wake up.
You still get excited when you get a sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day.
Makes you feel good, right? And in order to achieve the success that you've been able to achieve, do you set many goals for yourself? I mean, if you don't score, if your company doesn't sell, are you at the point where you just know that if you keep putting in the work, it's just going to happen?
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And I see that you have guys that are pretty loyal to you. You have a team, right? And you're well respected in the industry. Tell me about that. Tell me about the beginning stages when you guys opened up. How old were you when you opened up your company?
We've been in business 5 years now. So, I started another company before this. Just didn't work out, obviously. I'm not going to go in the past, but it was a struggle in the beginning, trying to get people, me personally being so young to get people to work for me. That was the hardest part in the beginning. But I put I set a goal every day, to go out there, hit the doors. I knock doors every day. I still do to this day. I love it. It's.
But we deal with a lot of rejection. Would you agree that in this space, this door-to-door space, I know I do solar and you do roofing, but we're very similar, right? And we deal with rejection, right? Because we're trying to move a product that we believe in. And how do you overcome the rejection? If somebody coming into the industry that's watching this today, somebody new that wants to get into roofing, what would you say, how do you deal with the rejection?
Honestly, I take it with a grain of salt every time. If someone tells me no, I really don't take no for an answer personally. That's just me. I don't let them tell me no. I try to tell my guys, there's always a way around that objection, right? The customer is calling us there for a reason, right? They want us to either get solar or roof. So that's why we're there. We're in the house. They want something. They either want, a different product for a less price, or we just got to find out what they want and get around that objection.
And that's what I say. So when I deal with rejection, because you never know what somebody's dealing with in their life, right? You have to be a people person, but I realize I'm dealing with, we're face to face with people that we don't know. So they could have got fired today. Their wife could have asked them for a divorce. They could have been told they were sick. There's so many things that people deal with. You just never know where they're at in their life. So you got to take it with a grain of salt, like you said, right? And just understand that don't let them ruin your day, right? Don't let their bad attitude or bad personality affect who you are, right? And I think that's the hardest thing to overcome, because we might knock on 30 to 40 doors.
Or more. Maybe. Or more, 100.
Right, 100 doors. And maybe only 20 of them opened, right? And we pitched maybe 15 of them, and we got no's. But in our head, nobody wants a roof. Nobody wants solar. And so it could freak you out. It starts to scare you, right?
Yeah, but discourages you.
Yeah, there's discouragement. So, I always had the trick where I put 30 business cards in my pocket. And I always talk about that because it's a mind hack. We got to deal with mind hacks to deal with the negativity, the rejection. So I just know that there's no way I'm going to have 30 conversations and not get a sale. It's impossible. I've been doing this job for 25 years and I've never gotten to 30 without a sale. That's true. So I was just wondering, is there any tricks that you have, any mind hacks when you're out there that help put you in a better mood? And tell people about your mindset when you're out there working, the mental toolbox that you have.
Like I said, I really take everything with a grain of salt. That's just who I am. My mind's really strong, right? I don't I don't get mad. I used to get mad.
Yeah. When somebody tells you no?
Yes, when someone tells me no, I get frustrated. I've done a lot of techniques to, obviously try to get the sale right out. Back in the day, when I started in 2010, when people would tell me no, and I'm like, this sucks. I'd get mad and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try a different selling technique. I'd start grabbing my ladder and just putting it up on people's roofs, and I would get sales doing it that way as well. I was just, I really don't get frustrated ever. It's just.
Well, and you just know that if you put in the work, once you do this long enough and you're out in the field, you just know that eventually you're going to bump into somebody that wants a new roof or wants a quote, right?
Yeah. And same with solar. I mean, it's all a mind game. I mean, I always say, out of 100 no's, you're going to get that one yes.
So what would you say that if I wanted to get in and I wanted to start going and making money selling roofs and I wanted to get into the roofing industry, what's the one thing that would help me? What would I need? What trait, what characteristic would I need in my personality to be successful?
Outgoing.
Outgoing?
Yep.
So I really don't need to be an expert roof guy as long as I'm outgoing.
If you're outgoing, you know how to talk to customers.
Yeah.
You know how to talk. If you're a people person, you'd kill it.
Yeah. And I preach that. That's funny that you say that because it's all about just being able to have a conversation. Would you agree? Yeah. Right. So what are your goals now? What's all about roofing? I see your guys' trucks. I see them driving around in all the neighborhoods, and I see that you guys are having success. What is your next plan? Are you taking it to the next level? I mean, what is your next goal? Are you going to take a venture on a new business? I know you're an entrepreneur. I know that when you and I talk and we have these little chats, you're always thinking about something else. So not only are you successful in the roofing business, but you also have your eyes set on other businesses, other business opportunities. Am I correct?
Yep. I definitely like to open a couple car washes. That's always been my goal and my dream. And
car washes?
Yep. Car washes. I love
cash cows.
Yep. Yeah. Always. Residual.
Actually, yeah. That's really cool. And what are some of the other things that you've thought about doing?
We teamed up with you guys, which is awesome. Selling solar through Sun Solar, and it's been great.
Well, our two products go together. You need a good roof to have a solar system.
Always.
Right.
We're expanding different states.
Oh, cool.
Oklahoma, a few others. I'm taking baby steps.
Baby steps?
Yeah.
Moving. And that's okay because, Arizona, would you think Arizona's a good market?
It definitely is.
It is? Yeah. And you want to dominate where your home is, right? So, and I see you guys doing that. You guys are out there. How many roofs do you guys do in a year right now?
Honestly, I think we're doing about 100 a month right now.
100 a month?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So about 1,200 a year?
Yep.
That's good business.
Last year, I think we did a little over 1,200, but we had some apartments, so.
Yeah, that's good. I know, how many kids do you have?
3.
You have 3 kids?
Well, 2, 1 on the way.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome. When's your wife due?
Any week.
Any week?
Yeah.
Are you guys due right now?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's cool. So your wife, Sierra, I got to meet her. You got a beautiful wife, and you got 2 kids. What are their ages?
3 and 6.
Oh my gosh, man, you got your hands full, buddy. Yeah. So you're 30 years old, and you got your 3rd one on the way. When I turned 30, I had 6, and so that was my hustle. That was my why. Trying to provide for 6 kids, but. I see that you have support. I know that your wife works with you. That's awesome. Would you say that is one of the most important things that somebody can do? You have to have the support from home because we're running around.
That's with anything, right? I mean, whether you're selling cars, you're selling solar, or you're doing whatever, you have to have that backbone at home, to support you. Not be negative. You're not. This is horrible. You're not making any sales. You can't have that. You could have someone else. You're going to do it. I wouldn't come home until I had a deal, and she knew that. Whether it's 9 o'clock at night, I'd be in someone's door at 9 o'clock at night, trying to close a deal, and she'd be there no matter what, supporting us.
And that's what, our drive is, right? So to be able to provide. And I know that you like nice things and you have to reward yourself. And it's kind of funny. The reason why I'm telling you this story is because right now I have a second business and we're working on your house with that. And my kid comes home and goes, man, Dad, did you ever go to Devin's house? And I'm like, yeah, I was there. He goes, he has every toy there is. He goes, the toys, he goes, I want to have all the toys Devin has. And I said, well, you can't have all the toys Devin has. All you got to do is go to work every day. You just got to work as hard as Devin, right? You go put in the work that Devin puts in, you'll have all of Devin's toys. And he started laughing, but I was cracking up because he was telling me about all the toys and the campers and the Can-Ams and the boats and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, well, the guy works hard, he hustles. But would you agree that you have to kind of reward yourself? And that's kind of your drive too, not only your family, but the life that it provides for you.
To be able to have what I never had growing up, I wanted all that stuff. I wanted a nice truck. I want a nice car. I wanted a beautiful family. That was my goal. And, I just keep going. I want more.
So you would say the key ingredient is hustle.
Yep.
Right? And personality.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't have to be the smartest guy in the room?
No.
No, you just got to hang around smart people, right?
You become smart.
Don't be the smartest guy in the room. If you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in trouble. That's what I tell everybody. Hang around people that are smarter than you. Hang around people that are doing better than you, right? And then what happens is learn from them and then just duplicate the success, right? Take from 2 or 3 people that are doing better than you, make it your own, and then dominate, right? Now you're a hybrid of 3 different people and you have a mental toolbox, an arsenal that's just lethal, right? And so that's great. So I'm one other thing I wanted to ask you is, would you agree that every pitch, every door that you knock on, you're learning?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep. Still to this day.
Yeah. So I'm sure there's, even with all the thousands of doors that you knocked on, do you ever get stumped anymore? Do people ever ask you questions that you have to actually go find the answer?
Sometimes I do, yes. I mean, I always got to go back and I'm like, what did they say? I'm like, well, that's a new one. That's a new one. Yeah,
I still get curveballs all the time.
I'm like, that's a curveball.
People are telling me when I go into houses, I'm thinking I've been in so many houses, I've sold so many solar systems, and I still get tossed curveballs. I'm like, I never heard of that. And then I go back and I'll find out, well, it's true. The customer wasn't wrong. And I'm like, why didn't I know that? So I still learn, right? But it's good to have people around you that you can find the right answers, right?
And I got buddies in the roofing industry, so I'll call them every once in a while for those curveballs. And I'm like, man, I didn't know that, but they're right.
I noticed that you don't shoot from the hip, right? If you don't know the answer, go find the answer.
Right. That's the most important thing for anybody, right? I mean, if you go in there and try to think you know the answer and try to lie and to the customer, that's the worst. Right. The customer would rather have you call somebody, whether you're a sales guy or whatever, call and ask for the question. That's really important.
The other thing I wanted to ask you is, we had a bad experience. You and I did. We were together. We were collaborating on a certain customer, and he was a real head case. And I remember him getting a little bit belligerent, and I remember we kind of screwed up. We made some mistakes when we were there, and you had just did this beautiful roof, and we kind of messed it up, and he was upset. But the way you handled it, and we showed up on a Sunday, and we tried to talk the customer off the edge.
And the pouring rain.
And in the pouring rain.
It was pouring.
It was pouring rain. We're on this customer's roof, and he's being belligerent. And, we got the job done. You went the extra mile. We did, and then we got a happy customer, right? And the end result. So I'm glad to see that you're having a lot of success in business. I congratulate you on that. And hopefully we can continue doing endeavors together, right? New journeys, and piggyback off each other's success, right? And I think that's the best way to do it. But say hi to your beautiful wife for me. And I wish you guys the best. And thank you for coming in here.
No, thank you for having me.
And meeting with me, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.